Hey everybody, I'm Suzanne Shirley, Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, and we're here with the Freedom Team within the incredible Sarah Robbins, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And what a chapter we're in this week, chapter 6, called Power Presenting. So you learned how to power prospect. You learned how to get that CEO mindset, how to get out and about, greet people, whether you're doing it online or in person. She's talked about sampling. She's talked about getting the product in people's hands. And now that we know how to power prospect, we got to practice those skills, guys. Once you prospect someone, you've got to know what to say to them. What do you say? Learn from the best. That's what I did. And I'm not kidding when I say this. A lot of the things that she is saying in this book, I say when I'm talking to people and I'm prospecting, following up, presenting, closing, out and about, meeting people. These are the things that I'm saying to people. I learned from the best. This is how she has built a multi-million-dollar business for herself and a billion-dollar sales team. A billion-dollar sales team. Billion-dollar sales team. Yeah. So I just have to say that. And I took lots of notes because there's so much going on here in power presenting. So much going on. There are several different scenarios that you can go through. One of the biggest things that she makes very clear in this chapter is the power of stories. You know, this is something that honestly I learned to do from the very beginning. Whenever I start talking to someone, I never simply rely on my own story. I always tell the story of my sponsor. It's powerful. So what I do is when I found Plexus, I was watching my friend such and such, and this is what was going on with her. These are the results she was having. And I watched her evolve from this place to this place to this place, and she had this result, this result, this result. This is what she planned to do in her business, and guess what? She did it. I could no longer turn away and just watch her. I had to join her. And when I found Plexus, I wasn't looking for it. I was burning my candle at both ends, exhausted, barely surviving as a teacher. Today, I am this, and this. Now, do you see how very simply I shared her story and mine in a short amount of time? You have to get your story down. Tell your sponsor's story and get yours down. And you have every single one of you on this call right now have achieved great levels of success, either with the product or the business or both. If you are working on the business and you haven't even sponsored anyone, take heart. I was there at one point. What did I say? What did I say when I had sponsored no one? I shared the what and the why. And that's what she does in this book, the what and the why. She doesn't word it like that. Here's the what, here's my why. That's what you're not gonna say that to somebody. But I always shared, I am on a mission. This is what I've chosen to do. I'm spending my part-time hours contacting my friends and family because this thing that I've come across is amazing. It's called Plexus. Have you heard of it? It's a health and wellness company that has literally changed thousands of people's lives, both in health and finances. And this is what it did for my friend. This is what it's doing for me right now. And this is where I'm headed. I am choosing to share this with anyone and everyone that will listen to me, because I am headed for, at the time when I was saying this, the top of the company. I'm headed for the top. Now is the time to join us. Our company is going through an incredible growth. We have brand new products. We have an incredible comp plan. It's going to pay you for the work that you do. There's no better time to join me and to join us than now. So I shared my what and I shared my why. And I talked about, I want to be able to retire. I want to be able to be there for my family. I want to be able to provide a better life for our family and our future. I want to help my friends and family get healthy. Share whatever your what and why is. That is what you do. And you're going to have to get your story down and get it in a little nutshell so you can say it in a concise amount of time. Remember that when people buy things, every single buying decision is an emotional decision. It's always based on emotion. If you go around telling them a bunch of stuff about the product and all of the details about the product and the compensation plan, and hey, there's this business called Plexus, and here's what you can do, and blah, 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 and this is what it'll pay you, but you never say where you're headed, what you are trying to do, what your mission is, what you want to accomplish, where your goals are. Join me. Do you see how much more passionate that is than just saying the what? Just telling what Plexus is without saying where you're headed, what your goals are, what you want to help them do. Okay, what you want to help people do. Remember, decisions are all based on emotion when people buy things. So facts tell, stories sell. Make sure you are telling stories. And it's always good to have a couple of them memorized where you can just roll them off. I remember I shared my upline story, and I shared my sponsor story, and then I told everybody where my life was when Plexus found me, what's been going on with me recently with the product, and where I'm headed. And I implored them to join me and hear more. And that's what you need to do. So develop your business story. You've got to have a business story, because if you don't share your business story, then you're not going to be able to find someone who's looking for this, who's looking for financial answers, who will be intrigued by what you're doing and join you and do what you're doing. Okay? You can't just develop a big customer base. If you want to build a team and you want real, true residual income, you have to be looking for business builders. Okay, so how do you craft your story? Well, she has a 5-step program, a little process on page 64. Who are you? Share your background, a little about yourself, what you do, why you're looking for the opportunity, how did you find your business, why did you join, what results have you seen or hope to see? If you've not seen results yet, what do you hope to see? Look, if you've been on Plexus 2 days, you have some results. You can share that with people. Tell them, look, I've been on Plexus 2 days. I have my friend over here that has this result and this result and this result. I've seen people and read stories where everybody's getting results, and I know I'm going to get them too. This is what I hope to see. There's no reason why you can't share a story of your own with people. You have to tell them where you're hoping to go and you're working on going. And then what has excited you the most? What's excited you the most about Plexus? That's easy. You can do that. Okay, so get that down. Write it out. Type it up. Stand in front of the mirror and say it. It's not hard. You just have to get it out, get it down, and practice it so that it's like this coming off your mouth, right? So it's just like this when somebody talks to you, you can say, Before Plexus, here's where I was in my life. Exhausted, wasn't looking for an opportunity, thought there was no hope, arguing with the husband about finances. Plexus comes in, I start telling everybody about it, incredible income starts to come my way. Got on the products as a default, had no idea they would help me. Look at me today, off of this medication, doing this, no more sinus infections, and I love helping people. My mission is to change people's lives, not just my family. Do you see how simple? I keep saying it over and over again. You have to get your story down pat and practice it and say it. I can't tell you that enough. And if you're not doing that, then that's gonna, like, you're gonna be scared. Like when you're out in public and you're standing there talking to somebody, you're not gonna be ready. And you'll still be scared even if you've practiced, but it's okay. Just say it. Talk to everybody when you're out and about. Look, just start a conversation when you're standing there idly waiting in line somewhere. Find something to talk to somebody about. If you're both standing there in the grocery line looking at magazines, you can just say, can you believe some of the stuff going on in our world today? I mean, that's a good intro. You can just, if you're both standing there and you're like sighing, just long line. This is, have you had a long day? Me too. You look really tired. So, oh my gosh, but you have cute shoes. Compliment them. Find something to say to somebody to start up a conversation. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you're an introvert, you'll have to really push yourself out of your comfort zone. It's not easy because you'd rather never talk to anyone. I know. I understand. I have friends like you. I'm married to one. Doesn't want to talk to a soul, not a rock or a soap dish. He would rather talk to no one. He has to give a little speech tomorrow and he's written it up already, and it's about going to Maui, and he's nervous as all get out because he's still reading it off of a sheet. And they're pushing him to stop reading his little speeches and actually say them ad lib. But it's like, it's very difficult for him. Okay, so I understand there are people that have these difficulties, but you're going to have to push yourself and get out of your comfort zone. So when prospects hear you share your story with conviction and passion, they are going to be moved to want to learn more about how it's going to change their life. Look, if you're just like, yeah, this is this thing called Plexus, and I've just, I'm taking these products, just kind of seeing what they're going to do. I hope that, that no one's going to join you. I hope, I wish. No, I'm hoping they do something. No, these products transform lives. I've seen thousands of examples of it, whether I've read them or looked at them in person and talked to them one-on-one. I know this will help anyone and every. Do you see? That's the person that's going to join you or think about it. And when you come back to them later, they'll be ready to buy because they've been watching you post online about it. By the way, I have to push in something right now. I have gotten back at it with Facebook stories. I've gotten back at it with Facebook stories. And I am telling you something. People are watching my Facebook story. In the past 2 days, there have been 5 people comment on my poll. Like I do something about Joyome or before and afters, and this, yep, Heather's on. Hi, Heather. And they click, I need that. That's me. More info. They will click that. And here's the thing. They're interested. They're saying to you, I'm interested. When they do that, that is an immediate reason for you to message. You want to hear what I said to one of them? And you know what? It's just the first time that we've talked Plexus. So I'm not going to worry about it if they don't say anything to me. They're just telling me, they're looking at me, right? So, hey, Dan, thanks for viewing my story and participating in my poll. I truly love helping people. Inflammation is the silent killer. It's linked to nearly every disease. It's the body's way of telling us something's wrong. I hope you don't mind me asking permission. Hope you don't mind me asking, but what kinds of inflammation are you struggling with? You know, they were saying, that's me. This guy says, that's me. I need that. That's what he said. And then when I didn't hear from him, I said, hey, Dan, no worries. How about this? I'd love to send you a free sample of my amazing pink drink, natural energy, better sleep, fewer sugar cravings, and so much more. And this one helps so much with inflammation. Pass along your address. I'll get it in the mail to you. I love to bless people. In other words, I'm not asking for him to do anything but give me his address. I'll send him a sample. So, okay, the door is open. Guess what's going to happen in the next month? He's going to get another message from me. It might not be about plexus, but he's on my list of follow-ups now because he said he was interested. I need that. I've got inflammation. Okay, so he's not telling me about what his inflammation's about yet. I'm still going to be checking in with him, following up. I might be commenting on some of his things. I might be going and looking, and trust me, he's checking out what's going on with my stories. And then when I start to see people are commenting on certain stories, I'm noticing that I think I'm going to change my Facebook posts to be geared around some of the things that people are commenting on and looking at and clicking inflammation or whatever it is. I've been posting like Facebook posts that are geared towards that. Another thing is if I start talking to somebody, like recently I was on the phone with a gal, okay, today and yesterday. We've had conversations on the phone now. And I sent her a stick of Slim. That's it. Okay. Didn't know deal number one about her. Didn't know anything about her till she forgets to take it. And I'm reminding her every day, hey, just checking in. Can't wait to hear what you think when you try it. Hey, just checking in. How are you today? I hope you're feeling all right. I can't wait to hear how you love Plexus Slim. You know, I'm not worried about whether she's going to get offended. I just send some little message and remind her to check it and take it. And she, what do you know? I drip on her, and eventually she's like, oh my gosh, Suzanne, thank you so much for the reminders. I promise I am going to take this. In fact, I'm going to do it now. Hey, here's my phone number, and I would love to chat with you. You know, I think I've heard about this before. I think my dad even told me something about it, and he's heard of it. And I really want to learn more about this. And she gave me her phone number. Like, does that happen every time I do this? No. Does that happen every time no, it doesn't happen all the time. But I tell this to every one of you that talk to me personally. One person can change the direction of your business. The next person you talk to could change your whole team. It could blow up. I kid you not. But it won't happen if you're not talking to people. And if you're not sampling, and if you're not getting yourself out there and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, those conversations will never happen. The phone number sent to you will never happen. The phone call will never happen if you're not putting it out there for the world to see, for somebody to say, hey, that's me. Oh my gosh, I'm sick with that. Oh, I can't stand that. Give me that sample. Oh my gosh, thanks for following up. I need help. You're so sweet. Another lady today had a real warm conversation with me. Brand new friend on Facebook. Brand new friend. Back and forth. Nice little polo match. We had, you know, back and forth. Chit chat, conversation. And lo and behold, I'm like, whenever I have a warm conversation with somebody, you're just extra special. You have blessed me. I just out of the blue, I'm going to offer you something because this is what I do to bless people. I would love to just send you a free sample of this incredible product that's changed my life. Whether or not you love it is up to you, but I will send it. If you promise to try it, I promise to follow up and see what you thought about it. And she said, you know, Suzanne, that's just not for me. I'm not interested. I said, you ready? Okay, where is she at? Okay, you better get yourself one of these because this is what I'm doing. I'm off script right now, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. Come on, where did that lady go? Okay, geez Louise. Where is she? There she is. Okay, so I said, remember she said it wasn't for her. Hey, no worries. Plexus has truly transformed our lives. I'm off of 4 heart medications and have many other incredible results, as well as it's changed our financial picture. It's allowed me to retire from teaching in my 40s, earning a mid-6-figure income. It's changed the health of the lives of thousands on my team all over the country. Now, was I saying that day one? No, you're not going to say that day one. You're going to say your thing. This is what's happening all over our team. Tell them there's thousands on our team. Why don't you just claim that? There's people's lives are being changed. Okay. This may not be for you, but you surely know people who are suffering with health issues. I'm telling you this because I'm on a mission to help people take back control of their health and happiness. I love helping people. If anyone you care about struggles with, and I named off several things, chronic pain, depression, autoimmune issues, sugar cravings, inflammation, low energy, lack of sleep, weight loss, or they just want to feel healthy and be in optimum health, if you would just connect them to me, I would be honored to serve them. Guess what that did? That turned an I'm not interested into her asking me questions about it. Oh yeah, she's not interested until she finds out what it is. Bam. You're asking for referrals. That's what I did. I'm like, connect me to some of your friends that have diabetes. Connect me to some of your friends that are sleeping all day because they're in pain. Connect me to somebody who's suffering in your life. And she's like, that might be me. So she says, you're more than welcome to send me some information about it. Like, what the heck? So I did. I said, I love your heart for helping others. I sure will. Lives can be changed. I knew immediately I was like, you actually want to help people. I'm going to send this to you. And then I sent her my gut health, what's making you sick video. Bam. If you don't use that as a third-party tool, you are cray-cray because I sponsor people with that thing all the time. So many things Plexus helps with. And I sent her the picture of all the stuff that Plexus helps with. All these health issues, okay? What is the price of this? She says. I don't give people prices when I'm first talking to them. Notice how I said, we have different packages. It depends on what somebody's dealing with specifically. I'm not going to give her prices yet. And she says, I took some other things that are similar to this at the GNC at one time, but didn't have any of these healing properties. And I said, yes, so many products over promise and under deliver. This is me talking on this video. Watch it in less than 18 minutes. I think a lot of your questions will be answered. I would love to answer any questions you have tomorrow. I'll check back tomorrow afternoon. And you know what? I'm going to check back with her tomorrow afternoon. She might just take that single stick of Slim. You have to get yourself out there. And you have to ask for referrals and tell people your what and your why. Tell them your mission and tell them what you're doing and why you're doing it. Heather, it's a private video on my YouTube channel, but text me personally and I will send it to you. You can share it to your heart's content. Just don't post it anywhere. It's very non-compliant. It's extremely non-compliant. Don't post it anywhere. Okay. Power prospecting you can do several different ways. And the difference between them matters on the trust level that you have with the people that you're talking to. So power prospecting. How do you share? Well, there's the direct approach. You're going to be direct and talk exactly about what you're sharing with somebody and why you're sharing directly with them and asking them to take a look at it because you have a high level of trust built up with them. This is somebody that has a close relationship with you. and you are going to directly talk to them because you have a high level trust. So really comfortable talking to them. Ask if you can basically share more and give them a little tidbit. And then ask if you can share more. So remember, this is permission marketing. People don't like you to barrel something down their throat. They like to be asked permission. And if you ask them permission, they can choose to say yes or no, and you're not going to offend them, see? But if you say, hey, I'd love to share this with you, and then you share it without asking, that is so presumptuous to assume that they want to hear about it. You ask them if they'd like to hear more. So, hey, Debbie, it's Sarah. I'm so excited to share something with you. Do you have a minute? Great. I've been dying to tell you about my new business that's expanding in your area. You're one of the first people I thought of sharing this with. Do you have just a few minutes so I can share? Pause. No, actually, Sarah, I don't right now. I'm headed out the door. Okay. I tell you what, I can't wait to share more about this with you. When is a good time? Would tomorrow at 6 o'clock work? I know you have to pick the kids up, and I'm sure you guys are like 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Would 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night work better for you? Pick a time, give them a couple of options, and set up a follow-up. Look, if they're too busy, you're not going to talk to them right there. You're going to ask permission. Then if they say, yeah, sure, then share your story. Share your story, how you found out about the company, why you chose it, and what you're excited about it. Okay? How you found out about it, why you chose it, what you're most excited about it. Roxy's story. Well, I'll tell you what, I wasn't looking for Plexus. I was just driving through McKinney, Texas, when all of a sudden I heard a boom behind my bumper. I had no idea what on earth had hit me. We pulled off on a side parking lot, and lo and behold, it was my new friend, Suzanne Shirley. I had no idea she was going to become a friend of mine, but she kept on messaging me because she cared about me. I realized later, as I watched her post on Facebook, that XYZ, I couldn't say no anymore, and I joined her. That's real similar to my story about my sponsor, only we didn't crash into each other in McKinney, Texas, right? So, I mean, stories are powerful. Tell your story. And look at my life has changed because of that one event. Talk about the providence of God. I mean, people are really blown away by that kind of stuff. So, okay, I'm off the track again. Tell your what and your why. That's the next paragraph. So share your story. As you know, I've been facing layoffs teaching, and I've always desired to do for my family and what I've done for so many others. When I've heard about how I can start my own business part-time around my full-time career, it got my attention. This will eventually allow me to be able to retire and pursue my passion of becoming a full-time hands-on mom. I'm so excited. Do you hear her saying she's a six-figure top earner of the company? Okay, this is exactly what you do when you're starting out. You say what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. Okay, tell people where you're headed. Ask if they're going to hear some more. Ask if they will hear a little bit more for them or others so that they could help other people, or if it could help them. So Debbie, I wanted to share more about what this is and see if you're excited about it too, or if you know anyone else who may be. We're looking for partners to join us in the business. Do you have a quick minute so I can share more? So you haven't told her everything. You just shared your story and your mission, where you're headed. Do you have a few minutes I could share more? Okay, so still permission marketing. Indirect approach or a referral approach. Now that is with somebody that you have less amount of trust with. You have less of a personal connection. This is more of an acquaintance. It might be a professional relationship that you have, somebody you really look up to and admire, or just on a professional level. So give them a genuine compliment that's sincere, then tell your what and why, and then ask them permission to share more. That's basically what that says right there. Okay. Hi, Susie, it's Sarah. I'm calling you for a reason today. Do you have a few minutes? Yeah, sure, I've got a few minutes. Wait for them to say. I wanted to first start out by saying how much I admire you. You are such a leader in your industry. I've always looked up to you because you're a go-getter. You are in a class all your own, and there's so many people that give up where you have persevered, and that's just an inspiration. I know you've built an incredible network in Chicago. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I'm building my business there, and I immediately thought of you because I know how well networked and respected that you are. I'm hoping I can share more about what you're doing. Do you see how she sounds like a business owner? I mean, literally, that sounds like she is an entrepreneur. Not somebody who's like, hey, can I share? Do you have some time? I just want to tell you about something that I found that's really helping me. That's timid. Own it. You're a business owner. Claim it. Talk like a business owner. Have that bold confidence. I'm expanding a business in your area. I'm looking for people that are just like you, that have that business mindset, that think of others, that are outwardly focused. That's what's so attractive to me, because you're a giver, not a taker. That could be something else that you say to that person that's so inspiring about that person. So I'm hoping I can share more about what we're doing and who we're looking for to partner with as we expand there, as well as to see if it's a good fit for anybody that you know in the area. I'd love to pick your brains and get ideas of how to expand my business there. Do you have just a few minutes so I can share more? Basically, you said you're expanding a business in her area, you admire her, and you would like to pick her brain to see if she knows anybody that would be a good fit. That's it. Okay? Now, that's a referral-based approach. And you know what? It's very effective. Do you know why? Because you're not asking them directly to get involved with you. You're not putting them on the spot. You're asking them to take a look at what you're doing for the purpose of recommending people that they know that would really be a good fit for this, okay? But in the meantime, you're exposing them to what you're doing. You're giving them all the details. You're giving them all the stats. You're giving them, exposing them. Like that lady said, she's like, yeah, sure, send me some information. Now, that might be for her, but it might be for other people. So she could say, hey, my friend Suzanne over here is doing this, this, and this. This could really help you. Hey, let me hook the two of you up. She could legitimately be wanting to know about that so she can connect some of her friends to me. So she can have something to say to them, right? And I even told her, I'm like, look, share this video with them. Share this list of ailments and put them in a three-way chat with me, because I would love to truly help them. I will do that. So when you're out and about, this is called lifestyle prospecting. That's where you have to have your mouth open. If your mouth is closed, your business is closed. You've got to get it open. I know, because I've been there. I just want to shop. I just want to look at what kind of mustard I want today. I don't want to talk to anybody about their shoes and their cute purse and their kids and where do they go to school. And oh my gosh, you're exhausted? Me too. I mean, that's the same conversation I've had with a million people. I just want to shop and buy my mustard, right? Okay, but if you don't open your mouth, you're never going to get your business moving. And yes, can that be daunting and exhausting sometimes? Yes, helping people is exhausting. But let me tell you what else it is. Inspiring, uplifting. When somebody that you're talking to and you start saying some things that your company helps with and tears form in their eyes, it's happened to me. Tears come up in their eyes and they say, are you kidding? This really is not a drug and it helps with diabetes. Oh my gosh, I got to have some of that. I mean, that's what has happened before, many times, not just once. Okay, so if you know you have something that can change lives, no one goes around with a sign that says, I have an autoimmune disease, chronic pain, my grandmother has diabetes, she's dying in a nursing home, and I have no answers for financial. No, you have to talk to people to find out what's going on with them. And trust me, if you ask enough questions, they're going to start talking. People love to talk about themselves. They will just blah, 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 like this if you just let them. Okay? So make it about them, genuinely compliment them, ask them questions like, oh, where are you from? Where do you work? What do you do for work? Where are you from? So you've just asked them where they're from. What do they do for? Ask them a bunch of questions. Just let them talk. People will do that. And then it's going to lead to your professional pickup line, which is like, oh, I'm so glad that we met today. Transition line. That's a transition line. I'm so glad we got to chat today. What a pleasure it was. Hey, are you on Facebook? I don't like to say, do you have a card? Unless they're a business person. But hey, are you on Facebook? And I got my phone right there. Hey, let's just keep in contact. And I open up my Facebook and click on the query box at the top and say, here, type your name in and find yourself on Facebook. Okay, awesome. Now friend yourself. They friended themselves on my phone. Oh, I'm so glad. Now we can keep in contact. Okay, I screenshot their profile so I remember to add them into my friends list, or in this case, my Teamsy, because that's where I do my IPA from. And when I'm walking out of there, I message them and I say, it was such a pleasure to meet you. If I'm just talking to people, that's how I meet people. But if I have a conversation and we get there with their suffering and their pain, oh, I got a sample, honey, and I'm giving it to them and I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to try this. Okay, so samples don't go to everybody just because I talk to them, but you can sample people that you're just talking to. You know, it's been such a pleasure chatting with you today. You know, I don't normally do this. It's sort of out of the blue. Oh my gosh, where is it? This right here has changed my life. And look, here's my business card. I'm going to attach this to it. And, you know, just put this in a bottle of 16 ounces of water, drink it down, and make sure you're drinking a lot of water that day. And it's going to taste amazing. What this does is it reduces inflammation. It makes you have more natural energy. It's all safe plant ingredients. And you're even going to sleep better. I can't promise that'll happen with one day, but this is what it does. And my card says all the stuff that it does on the back. I promise I would love to follow up with you. Are you on Facebook? Let's connect. Do you see, that's a heart connection. She's going to try that. She's convinced this could help her. She's going to at least take a look at it. We're going to friend each other. We're going to have a conversation later. Okay. So have samples on you. Have samples in your house ready to mail out. Have samples in your purse connected to your business card. Have your mouth open or your business is closed. Okay. So you're going to set up a chat time. Share a quick one-liner about the company and what you do. Hey, can we set up a 15-minute chat tomorrow? Great. Now, the next one, number 4, is what I do all the time. Like literally every day, 6 days a week, I do the single sample approach. Somebody has a birthday online, and I have a good 2,000 friends now. A lot of them are ambassadors, but a lot of them that are on other teams, I have told them, look, we can't be friends right now. I need to reserve these spots for prospecting. Please just follow me. We can stay connected that way. All my posts are public, okay? So I don't friend a bunch of Plexus people, right? But I do this all the time, all right? I sample. Oh, it's your birthday. I'm so excited for you. 2 days later. Happy birthday, da-da-da. In celebration of your birthday, I would love to send you a free sample of my amazing pink drink, which gives you lots of extra energy, natural energy, better sleep, reduced inflammation, fewer sugar cravings. Hey, send me your address and I'll get it in the mail to you. I love to bless people. See, you're just giving it away. And that's how that conversation happened with that girl yesterday and today. Who knew that she had 7 miscarriages? That she's only 39 years old and has recently put on 50 pounds, that she's dealt with hormonal fluctuations her whole life, that she has anxiety and panic attacks so bad that she thinks she's losing her mind. Don't you think Plexus would help her? Mm-hmm. And if I didn't send out those little sample packs, those little single sticks, which don't cost me much, I would have never known that. That's just one way of many. So like if you're a restaurant and somebody has served you, you've had somebody that's changed their tires for you or given you great service somewhere, give them a sample as a gift, and then you get their follow-up information. I always friend them on Facebook if they're there. If they're not on Facebook, if hopefully you're on Instagram, you can maybe follow up with them there, but just get their email. Okay. If they're willing, there's a way you can get their phone number. In fact, I have a little trick for getting phone numbers. You have to be quick about it. You have to be quick. So basically you have a piece of paper with a pencil that's really handy. And here's what you do. Once you've had that little conversation and they seem open, you ready? You take out your, yeah. If you take this and you promise to take it, I promise to follow up. So, okay, so 918, I've written that so far. 918 dash, okay, so I hand them the phone, the paper and the pen. They're going to finish their phone number off. They feel like they have to. They're embarrassed not to. And you say, hey, listen, I am really professional about this. I promise I'm going to follow up about this just to get your opinion. That's it. I would love to hear what you think. In other words, you're not going to say, I'm not going to bug you, because you don't want to say, I'm not going to bug you. That's not professional. That's not a business owner statement. That's my trick. You know what? I didn't learn that on my own. I heard it on a podcast. Mm-hmm. Trust me, it works. You have to, that's the area code in my area. So if you are in a certain area, you need to know the area code around there. And it might be that they won't have that area code, but you still start writing it and you go, okay, so 918 dash, they're going to just either say it, you're holding it out, or they'll write it down. Or they'll go, no, it's not 918, it's this. And they, trust me, the pressure is on. Like when you pull your phone out and you say, oh, here, let's friend each other on Facebook. Are you on Facebook? They will friend you because, no, I'm not going to friend you. Okay, well, then you don't need a sample. I mean, the conversation is over. Does that make sense? So they will friend you if they're on Facebook. So it's just another way to get people's information. All right, so when you talk to them and you follow up about the sample, that's when you share, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I know you're going to love it. And when you follow up, you say, how do you love the product? Before I tell you more about the product, I would love to tell you why I'm so excited about my business. Give your two-liner, give your stump speech about who your story, okay? Short story about you. Before Plexus, I was this. I wasn't looking for it. I was driving around McKinney. What do you know? A gal bumps into me. Okay, so that's what you say. That's what you say. All right, so then what about once you've done that and they're like, okay, wow, I like this. This is actually something I want to hear more about. Okay, well, then you're going to share a testimony, a video testimonial, something with them and invite them to some sort of an event. You have to invite them to an event. That's why we do events on this team. But if you're not talking to anyone, you don't have anyone to invite them to. Okay? These events are there for you to invite people to. So what are you going to invite them to? Coffee, maybe get your sponsor to show up. You can invite them to a live in-person event if there's one in your area. A lot of events in Dallas. If you live in the Dallas area like Marthana does, you can go to events all the time over there. Or a three-way call. And let me tell you something, when I've done three-way calls with people, it's powerful. 90% of people sign up after a three-way call. 90%. It's third-party validation. You go and you connect your prospect with your sponsor. and what they're doing is going to validate what you're doing. You introduce them and let them talk. Let your sponsor run the conversation. And that's the same thing with a three-way chat. It's powerful. And I think a three-way chat precedes a three-way call. A chat on Facebook Messenger simply leads into a three-way call. But the same principles apply. You introduce this person to your sponsor. You say, hey, Suzanne, I would love for you to meet my friend Jim. Jim has been in the military before, and he's out now, and he's suffering with this, this, and this. He's a really great guy, and I'd love for you to get to know him. But Suzanne, this is my friend Jim. Take it away. I know you can offer so much help to him. And then you zip it, and then your sponsor takes over the conversation and basically leads Jim through the conversation, either in that three-way chat or on the phone call. Okay. So here's what a newbie says if they just don't know what to say. Okay. To hook up with a three-way call. I want to share more, but I'm so new and I'm just getting started. Can I introduce you to my business partner so that they can share more with you? This way you're going to get all your questions answered, and this will help me learn so much more as well. And it does. It kills two birds with one stone. So your sponsor is helping them get started, and it's also training you on what to say to people when you're talking to them. It kills two birds with one stone. It's an incredible tool, a third-party phone call. Always share your sponsor's story when you introduce them. Always share. Jim, I want you to meet my friend Suzanne. She's been doing Plexus for quite a while. She has a really incredible testimony. It's powerful. I know it's going to blow you away. You know, she's really, really successful. But the biggest thing that I love about her is that she cares about people. And I know she's going to help you and help answer all your questions. So Suzanne, this is my friend Jim, da-da-da-da-da. You guys take it away. You have to validate who it is that your sponsor is, and you have to talk them up, or else what good is that going to do? So she gives the actual script for the three-way phone call. You need to dog ear page 69 because you need to be able to go back to it. That is a really important script. Sarah Robbins also has a video on her. Did you know she has a YouTube channel? It's absolutely amazing. If you want to know about power presenting, power prospecting, follow-up, closing, anything, just go to YouTube and type in Sarah Robbins prospecting, Sarah Robbins follow-up, Sarah Robbins closing, Sarah Robbins presentation, or whatever, and you'll find it. So this is a great script. And if you'll notice here, basically, once you introduce your sponsor and your sponsor has taken over, she says, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to hear what intrigues you most about the opportunity. And then the guest shares what is bringing that person onto the call. And that's when everyone's taking notes. Like if I were the one leading the call, I have paper and pen right there. I've already asked my person that's brought them on the call. I've already asked them, who is this person? What's their number one need? Why are they going to get on the call with me today? I've taken some notes, but still I'm going to act like I don't know much. I'm going to let that person say it themselves. Well, you know what? Roxy was talking to me the other day and she was telling me all about Plexus. And she really has told me I need to talk to you because your story is so good. And what really inspires me is da-da-da, because here's what I'm struggling with, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there taking notes, because I'm finding out what this person wants me to talk about and help them with. And that's what I'm going to focus on. But you can imagine if I don't share about my success in business and what's possible for this person, I am shooting myself and my person under me in the foot. So we've got to share the business. So share your story and then move into sharing more about the company's story by using this little 5 Ps. She has the 5 Ps over here, and it's sharing the company's story. Basically, this is why it's great for the prospect. Why is this company great for the prospect? The partnership they're going to have. Talk more about the market potential for the product and for their own results that they're going to have. And then 3, programs, the support they're going to get from the company, the corporation, the team. 4, the pay plan. You're not going to share numbers, but you're going to tell them that this business model works, why network marketing works. It's a residual income vehicle. It's being able to make money on the side and build a business around your life. You have incentives that you can earn, and it really is an incredible income that you can create. And then 5, positioning and timing. Create this urgency. Create the urgency. Why the time is now that they've got to get started. You've got this program going on. You've got this special running. You have this new product that's just been launched. Look, there is no better time. The holidays are coming, and this is the best time because people in the next 2 months are going to be focused 100% on their health. And let's get the year started off right, talking to all the health people. January 1st. That's why I'm talking to 15,000 folks right now. Because come January, I want to be helping all of them with their life change. Okay, so now get back to the script. Ask if they have any questions, handle any objections that they might have. What are the 5 objections? Don't have time. I'm not a salesperson. Cost. Is it safe? That's really 4. Is it safe? I don't have the time. Cost. I don't have the money. What's the other? I'm not a salesperson. Those are the top 4 that you're going to hear out of people. And you've got to know how to respond. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. So once you handle their objections, then you ask what excites them the most about all the things they've just heard. And then ask them, hey, okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, how interested are you in what we have to offer? Where are you? And if they say 5 or 6, look, anything higher than a 3, they're interested, or 2. Okay, so they're interested. If they're like an 8, a 7 or 8, look, just say, look, do you have any other questions that I can answer? What other things would be holding you back from getting you started? Okay, so yeah, I think I would like some more information on this. Okay, so really I've got to talk to my wife. You know, we're right here in the middle of something, and you know, I want her to be on board with me, and I'm going to really push this with her because I think this would be good for us. But I would like to have some things I could show her. You know, yeah, you're going to give him stuff to show her. You're going to give him some stuff to take a look at, and you're going to set a follow-up appointment, and you're going to get back on the phone with that 3-way call, and you're going to get the guy signed up. Okay, so what Sarah does is right there at that very moment, she sends them an email. Where did I find that? Yep, sends them an email, and make sure that it's a link to her website, a link to her, an opportunity video, sharing her success story there, maybe a video about her success story or another success story, anybody's success story. To let them learn more about the product. So all of this is there for them to take a look at. And then, okay, so we're going to let's set a time. How about Thursday at 6? Or I have an 8 o'clock open. If Thursday doesn't work for you, how about Friday at 5:30? Okay, you're going to give them 2 days and a couple of options, and you're going to set up that follow-up. You're going to get on the phone, and that follow-up is where you're going to sign them up. If they're at an 8 or a 9 while you're there on the phone, okay, let's get you started. Let's get you started. I always like to say, I'm looking at my computer right now. Okay, so what I can do is I'm on my website. All I'll need is a few things of information from you, and we will get you started on the right products. I know exactly what's best for you. And this welcome pack that we've talked about, this is a perfect fit, and I know you're going to have the results. What do you say? It's going to be a yes or a no. And if it's a no, then find out what their objections are, talk about those objections, send them some more information, send them a video, and set up a follow-up time, okay? Look, it takes sometimes people 8, 10, 12 exposures, yep, I know, follow-up after exposure to finally make a decision to get started because their minds might not be wrapped around doing something positive for themselves. Like this is the first time they've heard about this great thing, and they've just got to get their mind wrapped around, okay, I want to change my life and I want to invest in this and I want to put my whole self into it. Look, give people the time that it takes to commit. Be patient with them, but follow up, set the date, follow up. Okay, so when you follow up, what's going to happen? They've got a personal interest in that business and you're going to sign them up. Or you're going to make a product recommendation and you're going to say, hey, let me help you place your order right now. Let me help you place your order right now. I'm looking at my computer. All I need is a few things of information from you and we can get you started. And they say, oh, no. You know, here's the thing. You've got a phone, you've got a computer. Let me talk you through it while we're sitting here on the phone. Okay, so now they're going to have a product order. All right. If they say, no, I'm just, you know, I don't know if this is for me. I'm not thinking this is, but you know what? You do know a ton of people because you've already talked about how you know some people that struggle with X, Y, and Z. You know what? I would love to get their names and numbers so that I can help them personally. I need you to introduce them to me. So I need you to, you know, give them a little information about me, maybe on a phone call or a text, and tell them that they need to talk to me, and I would love to connect with them. Okay, if they have absolutely no interest, here's what I did as a brand new network marketer, because when somebody told me no, I don't have any interest in this, Suzanne. It's not my thing at all. You know what I used to do? I used to think, well, that's over. That's a dead conversation. That's a dead relationship. In fact, why even be friends with them anymore? They're not, I seriously have had those thoughts, okay? When you're in business, you start to think like that. You start to have this scarcity mindset. I challenge you to not go there. Here's what you do with a person that says, I have no interest in this, Suzanne. Absolutely none. Zero. You know what, Gina? No worries. Absolutely no worries. What you're going to do is you're going to put them on your follow-up list and you're going to check in with them. You're not going to mention Plexus. You're going to be a friend. You're going to comment on their timeline. You're going to send them a personal message and say you were thinking about them, ask how they're doing, and wish them a lovely day. And be present. Be loving. Add value. Look, offer something of value to someone, show them that you care, and be real about it. Really care. And that person will begin to trust you. And when they begin to trust you, and then they'll begin to like you, and then their mind becomes open, and they start to see what you're talking about is really powerful, and it could help somebody that they know or help them. And trust me, a no is not a no forever. It's just a no right now. Believe me when I say that. I have had countless people come back and sign up with me that said they would never do Plexus. How many diamonds have I heard that on their story? They would never do Plexus, and they've signed up and they're like shouting it from the rooftops and they're at the top of the company. So this is so, so, so huge. You've got to build relationships and add value with these people. After talking to anyone, no matter what the response is, I send them a follow-up email thanking them for their time, along with links to our business, products, success stories, and my website, should they know someone who may be interested, or in case they have any interest down the road. And I still show up in their life. I still add value. You have to be talking to lots of people. And if you're not going to talk to people, you're not going to have a business. So practice it. Practice your presenting. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it was a long talk tonight. I'm very passionate about saying these types of things to people. Look, if you believe that you have something that will change the world, why are you keeping it hidden under a bushel? Sometimes, here comes the inspiration. Sometimes you work and you work and you work, because I feel like this recently. You work and you see no fruits of your labor. And because I know I've been doing this for 5 years, that eventually the results come. See, I've seen the results come. I know they come. I've seen it happen with everyone that's persistent and that perseveres and doesn't quit. So I know that, but still my emotions can get down because you work and you work and you work and you don't see any fruits of your labor, right? But you keep doing it and you keep doing it and you keep doing it because remember, you've got that gold nugget that's out in your backyard that somebody told you is there. And so you're going to go dig. You're going to go dig every day. You're going to go dig. You're going to dig. You're going to sift and sort through. Oh, no, it's not for me. Thank you, but no. Sift and sort until, oh, yeah. Hey, call me. I've heard all about that. I need to find out more. And there's that glimmer from heaven. One person can change the life of your business forever. Forever. You will have a conversation at some point in the near future with a future diamond or a future jewel on your team. But you won't if you're not talking to people. And if you don't believe that there are gold nuggets in your backyard. You can do this. You can do it. I'm never going to stop. Ever. Like ever. I'm going to take breaks, but I'm never stopping. Love y'all. Join us next week for chapters 7 and 8. And yeah, they're going to be pretty big chapters. What's chapters 7 and 8? Let me tell you, I already looked at them. Chapter 7 is all about closing, how to close. And chapter 8 is how to get a new enrollment started for duplication. Probably should have separated those chapters, but you know what? I didn't. So we're going to do them all together. Big topics. Join us. Mwah.